Alright, so we're recording. A few things I want to say before I start. First off, I'm okay. I know there was a lot of stuff in the news regarding people in Texas not doing so well due to the winter weather, polar vortex stuff. I have had my power go out several times over the past couple days. They've been doing something called rolling outages, which is basically controlled outages for little sections of the power grid to keep the whole thing from going down under stress. Those outages usually last for like 10-15 minutes, sometimes 30, and for other people it's been out for several days. It's a wild card, but my power is back on, and I have plenty of bottled water because we're also under a boil water notice, and I have food, of course. I'll be fine. It's gonna suck for a couple days, but I'll be fine. And second, I was having some issues regarding the quality of my footage when filming, and I figured that was probably due to my laptop overheating. So I have a new laptop base with a fan built in, and I have that on right now, and it's blowing at maximum, so here's hoping that helps things. Alright, now that we got the worrying, depressing stuff out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright, welcome to the 6th DecaNews episode. Let's just go right off the bat and go into the blog post that came out recently. First off, from this blog post, the DecaGear is delayed. It won't be shipping out in May, unfortunately. It's unknown how long this delay is, but as far as I know, everything else is still on track. The Bloggers Edition headsets still go out in March, because those are made in-house as opposed to production units. The hardware is finalized, and I have a little interesting thing about that later on in the video. The delay is due to suppliers and manufacturers, as well as component shortages due to the ongoing COVID stuff. And then they also went over their SDK, which is used mainly for the facial tracking, as the finger tracking and the DecaMove are supported natively by SteamVR. Next, the DecaMove Bloggers Edition has been sent out to some people in Bangkok, as well as some members of the DecaMove team. I do have more info on the DecaMove, like a ton more info, but I'm saving that for when the DecaMove gets sent out to everyone. And when that happens, I'm going to compile all that information and turn it into a DecaMove special. So it will be like a normal episode of DecaNews, but everything in that video will pertain specifically to DecaMove. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Next up, the DecaHub. So this is a program used to interface with the DecaMove. Actually, I think this is the SDK that they were talking about earlier. So it's used to interface with the DecaMove, and if a game doesn't support the SDK, the DecaHub will step in order to add some sort of support. It might be needed for facial tracking and the wireless mode. In order to get those working at all, you will probably have to have DecaHub installed. And you can also launch games straight from DecaHub if you want to. I assume that's going to be mainly for games that support DecaGear in enhanced capacity, such as DecaMove support or face tracking support or something like that. And the last thing I want to go over in this video is that they've confirmed what kind of chip they'll be using to power this whole headset. And I am very happy to say that it is the Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2. This is the same chip used in the Quest 2. It's very powerful, and it's going to be used for tracking and the wireless mode. But since it's so powerful, I'm hoping it'll be used for other things as well. So I don't think this is going to be used for a standalone mode. I don't think that's in the cards. It would be cool to see, but I don't see that happening. But there are a few things I would like to see. First off, please leave it open to developers for them to go in and tinker with, because, I mean, we've already seen some really cool stuff out of SideQuest, and I'm hoping that people can mess with the DecaGear and enhance it in different ways, or change things about it, add new features, all sorts of stuff. And second up, there's a company called Ultraleap that has made hand tracking software. You might actually know them as Magic Leap, and they're the ones that make those little tracker things that you stick onto a headset, but they have actually partnered with Qualcomm to add native hand tracking to any XR2 enabled headset. And since that would include the DecaGear, I'm really hoping that they add that to the DecaGear's list of features. And that would actually be really interesting, because that would make the DecaGear the first hand tracking enabled PC headset, which would just open the door for all sorts of different applications. Even if it's just like emulating the controllers, that would be really cool to use. But what I'm really hoping is that it could lead to things like hand tracking being implemented into social apps like VR chat, since the DecaGear is supposed to be a social headset after all. My point is that a tracked hand would have more fluid range of motion and move faster than a traditional tracked controller. So I'm hoping we could see that used in any capacity for social applications and VR use on PC. It would just be really fun to tinker with, and I'm sure if they don't add that, then if they leave the headset open, someone will. Anyway, that's it for this video. I just want to just give another shout out to the DecaGear Discord, because they've been helping me compile information for all these videos, and they've just been a huge help. And another quick shout out to Thunder Glitcher. They actually made something really kind of neat. This is Decachan. Because everything has to have an anime girl version of it. Personally, I think it looks really cool, and it's very well drawn, and just kudos to them. I just had to feature it in the video. But yeah, I think that's it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to have a few more videos out within the next couple weeks. The weather is giving me, an excuse to say I have no power. And to just kind of put my homework off. Most of my work for this week was canceled, so I'm hoping to use the time to make a few new videos. I think this will be the only one that's VR related though, because I have some ideas for videos that aren't VR related but are just related to things I want to talk about, and I think I have what I want to do next picked out, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Anyway, that's it for this video. Later.